Okay, now we are going to talk about the xylem. So, last class we discussed that we have two broad categories of complex tissues, that is a xylem and the phloem. Now, the xylem is a complex tissue which is made up of four different types of cells, namely the tracheids, vessels, parenchyma, and the xylem fibers. It is also called as a xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. Both mean the same. Now, the tracheids and vessels have thick walls and they are mostly made up of the dead cells. Now, how do they become dead cells? It is due to the programmed cell death that occurs within the plant body to make it as a conducting element to conduct water through the entire plant body. Now, these are conducting elements that help in transportation of water, dissolved minerals, and the ions through the entire body. Now, the xylem vessels and tracheids have pits that is either bordered or does not have borders. So, it is called as bordered pits or the pits. Now, when you say the word pit, it means that there is a depression. Okay, when you say that you have a pit in the road, there is a depression in the road where the water stagnates. Similarly, these xylem vessels and tracheids have pits through which the water can actually conduct from one cell to another cell easily. Okay. Now, the conduction of water occurs through the vessels, which acts like tubular structures. As they are dead cells, they don't have any functioning, so they help in the conduction of the water through the entire plant body. So, they give rigidity to the vascular bundle. Which one? The xylem fibers. So, xylem is composed of dead cells except the xylem parenchyma, which is a living cell in the vascular bundle. Within the xylem, the only living cell that you can find is the xylem parenchyma. Now, moving on to the phloem. Now, the phloem is made up of 5 different types of cells, that is the sieve tube, sieve cells, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and the phloem fibers. Now, they are the conducting elements for transportation of food from the leaves to other parts of the plant body. Now, they are all living cells except the phloem fibers. These cells are arranged as a compact mass, thus forming a vascular bundle of the plant. So, you can clearly see that the xylem is totally dead except xylem parenchyma. The phloem is totally living except the phloem fibers. Now, xylem helps in conduction of water, phloem helps in conduction of food materials. This makes an important difference between them. Okay. Next class, I'll give you a differentiate between the xylem and the phloem to make it more clear and more simple and precise for you to study.